Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Hocus with another episode in the RambleCraft SMP series, number 19 to be exact. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day and an awesome week. Looks like we have got some stragglers over here in the Drowned Farm, and that is exactly where we're going to start with today's episode. So if you weren't with me for the last one, we built this failed, potentially, gotta say potentially because we don't know. It does kind of work, I guess. You can see that right now. But we built this failed Drowned Farm that didn't seem to do much, didn't seem to attract too many of the guys that we're looking to attract, which is unfortunate. But, now we're down in the killing area. That's okay, though. So today's episode, let me just skip to the plan because I don't want to bore you guys. So the plan for today's episode is to test out a few suggestions that I had in the comment section to see if we can get this thing firing on all cylinders. If not, we are going to tear it down and try something else. However, if we can get it to start attracting drowned, then we will just begin to continue expanding on it, working on the killing area, and try and turn this thing into something a little bit more worthwhile. But before we do that today, there is something I want to check out. So a new shop has opened here in the shopping district, but before we go check it out, I want to check for profits in our shop. So Merchant Caravan, Mending Books, we've got a sale. And these diamonds I just bought with me in case we didn't make any sales. We've also got a sale in the Unbreaking Books, so that's 13 diamonds in total. Everything else, I believe, still no sales in the Silk Touch, but everything else there are no sales for. We do need to restock logs, and again, that might be part of my plan at the end of today's episode. I know I always say that, but today I will for sure do it, I promise. Unfortunately, no sales here in the cow barn, so let's move on to the new shop. So, you know what, I guess it's not really new, is it? Because this shop has been here for a while, but you might see from this interesting decal out front that the purpose of the shop has changed. So, Binary has changed his fish shop into a rocket shop, and that I am interested in. So let's see what he's got going on here. So, 1 diamond for 64 tier 1 rockets. Or 2 diamonds for 64 tier 3. Does he have anything else? Nope, just an ender chest. Good on him, though. It's always good to have an ender chest. Something I do not do, unfortunately, because I am not as considerate as everybody else on this server, supposedly. So here we go. Let's buy some of these up. I think I'm just going to take 9 stacks because I'm always using rockets. They're always very useful. So we'll take 9 stacks of those guys, and that didn't even eat up all of our profits. We still made an extra 4 diamonds, and now we can fly. Binary also mentioned that he restocked his little sand and gravel game. So if you guys haven't seen this or don't remember, you place a stack of either gravel or sand into the game and it will reward you. But I remember, or I don't know, I hope you guys remember also because this was quite significant. But we actually won a diamond block from playing this last time. That was the grand prize. So I'm going to dump some gravel in, 1 stack at a time, and we are going to see what we can get this time around. Hopefully we can be lucky. So keep your fingers crossed. Oh, okay. So first prize was a Totem of Undying, which isn't bad because they are actually currently selling for 5 diamonds in Endavar shop. So I'll take that, 5 diamonds worth of prize. Now let's get the rest of the stacks in there, see what we can get. Ah, darn it, guys. So I spent all of my gravel and this is what I was left with. So I got the totem, we got a block of iron, which I guess those 2 things aren't too bad, but then we got this, that's rotten, and oof. So those 2 are not great at all. The thing is, though, I'm stealing gravel from the merchant caravan here, but I want that grand prize again. I'm not sure what it is. Binary didn't say exactly what it was, but I really, really want that grand prize. So we're going in again. Let's see what we can do. Well, guys, I guess I never learn. Seems like I've got a gambling problem again on the RambleCraft server with this game, but I just realized something. So maybe the Totem of Undying was the grand prize because you cannot stack them, whereas all of these items here you can stack, and you can see I got a bunch of them. So maybe I did get the grand prize right away because I spent all of my gravel. Every single piece that was in the merchant caravan just went to Binary. So I don't know if there was anything else we were supposed to get, but I did get the Totem of Undying. I got some redstone, some iron. I'm happy with that. The slime blocks also. This, very upset with. Very, very upset. But I will take it either way. So there goes all of my gravel. Maybe if we get some more, we'll play again. Wait. Aha, so I figured that the game did skip one of my prizes. So there it is. We got some more iron. I'll take it. But like I say, maybe the totem was the grand prize. I might have to check with Binary about that. But anyway, that's enough messing around. Let's get over to the Drowned Farm.
And one more quick thing before we move on today. Please consider subscribing if you are new. We are very close to 5K. Thank you.
Okay then, guys. So one of the suggestions that I had from Andrew. You guys might know him better as Killaton Studios. He's around the videos all of the time, so you'll probably see him in the comment section now and again. He said that the design isn't actually far off of what most common drown farms are based upon, but our problem might be the fact that we didn't use an AFK zone for it. So an AFK zone, if you're not aware, is a position in which you'll stand that allows spawning to be optimal. So I think what we want to do before we create that AFK area is to flatten out more of this terrain, because we need to be a certain distance away. And that distance is a minimum of 24 blocks. So I've cleared out a little bit more area, but I figured that instead of going 24 blocks, we can probably push that by an extra 5 blocks or so and go about 29. And that should incorporate some of the higher areas as well and make them available for spawning. So what we will do is we will line that up in the center of our farm here. So right here is going to be that center point. Then we're just going to need some blocks to tower up at least 24 blocks, like I say, but we'll probably do 29. And there are our blocks, I suppose. I don't know where the kelp is. I did destroy a lot of kelp. I'm trying not to collect that if possible. It's kind of annoying. And let's actually think about this a little bit more logically than what we just did. But we are currently on Y31. This is going to be the main area for spawning, I hope. So going up 24 blocks will take us to 55, Y55. And then if we go up an extra 5, we'll go up to Y60. So like I say, let's line ourselves up, get a platform built at Y60. All right, then let's take a look at our first test run. So I'm going to time 5 minutes in the AFK zone and see what the farm produces. Now, I don't have high hopes for this, I have to be honest, but we got to try, right? So if we jump in here, that will take us to Y60. You can see that on the left of the screen there. And like I say, all we got to do now is wait 5 minutes and see if we can attract any drowned. That's the 5 minutes. Let's go look at the farm, see if there's anything in there. It's looking rather empty at the moment. Uh-oh. Nothing. Not a thing. Nothing again, and nothing again. Okay, that is kind of what I expected anyway. So the plan then, moving forward, is going to be, scratch this guy. We're not going to use this anymore. We are going to probably find a tutorial that is going to teach us how to build a working drown farm, because this one obviously isn't. So yeah, let's get down to that, find a good spot for it to go, and we will get to work. So I've got the tutorial. I found one. It's by a channel called RambleCraft. He does a lot of this kind of thing, invents a lot of different farms, and most of the time they're pretty darn good. So I'm figuring that this one is going to be good also. Now I'm looking for, I think the shulker boxes are actually down in the basement, right? Because we need to collect up some items. Most notably, we are going to need some obsidian. And we are also going to need a few redstone components. So I'm going to get a box together, and then we are going to take that back towards the site of our farm. And we're going to build this new one, which is going to be much improved. I'm pretty sure of it. Now, where can we go for obsidian? Probably down into our mine over here. That would be the best bet. I would say that we are about prepared to build this thing. So let's put down the shulker box and see what we've got to work with. Some good stuff here, some very good stuff. But first of all, we do need to tear down the original failure of a build that we came up with to make way for what I'm hoping is going to be a much improved drown farm. Okay, let's get to building. And before we do dive in, I'm going to place the shulker box down, and I'm going to place a couple trapdoors that we can use for oxygen, because, you know, can't breathe down here, so we need somewhere to come and recuperate from time to time. The first step is to create a 5x5 platform, and we are going to do that right over this 5x5 area that we were already using. Now, we should have a little bit more glass. We do. Awesome. Perfect. And then we want to create a little wall that is roughly the same size, but a couple blocks up here, so it'll be too high, and it will rotate the entire way around this glass platform. So again, I'm going to be using a similar block palette. We'll try and make this look as good as possible. Although looks don't always matter on farms, but I still try my best just because we will probably see this thing quite often and I don't want it to be an eyesore. So we'll begin like that and then oh, hello. We might consider adding in some different blocks, maybe some spruce in just a moment. All right, so I did go ahead and add some spruce in the corners to make it slightly more interesting. Now we are going to need the obsidian. I should have more than enough here, but what we want to do is create some portals around the outside so we can do something like this to get us started. And they're going to be 3 wide portals and I think 3 by 3 in total. So we want to go up a couple blocks and then cap them off about here. And we'll do that on each side so that we've got a portal on all 4 faces of the farm. With the portals in place, we'll want to build some walls on the inside of this farm just to stop the drown from making it in once they pass through the portal, because we're going to be using the nether here. So the drown will all be sent to the nether and we will be killing them in the nether. So we'll have walls on the inside like this and that just blocks the portal like so. And then we'll also want to block the top so that they can't make their way through the top of the farm inside of it. So now we've got something like this, and look, it already seems as though more drowned are showing up. I think that might just be a coincidence, but hopefully they stick around. From here, we'll want trapdoors in the corners like this. So this is going to be the part of the farm where the eggs sit. So we're kind of trying to separate this now from the rest of the ocean so that we can remove the water. And then we'll have trapdoors up there, trapdoors down there. And again, this is kind of just in place so that the drown can have eye contact with the eggs, otherwise they won't be attracted to them. So we'll have something like this, and then we will want to drain the inside. Drying this place out has been a bit of a pain in the butt, to be honest, because the trapdoors began as flooded, or what do you call it? You know, where the water is in the same block as the trapdoor. I can't remember what they call it, but what I had to do is build a separate wall on the outside and then dry the blocks here that the trapdoors sit in. And then I had to place the trapdoors again, which I'm doing now. And then I'm hoping that when I remove these outer walls, this guy right here and the ones that are all surrounding the farm, the water won't flow back in. So let's give that a try. Looks good so far. All right, let's make sure that is the case on all sides. Because what was happening is that I was trying to use blocks to drain the inside, because obviously we don't have sponges at the moment. And then as soon as I removed the blocks, the water would flow back in and flood the inside of the farm again. But this is what we're looking for. We've got a dry area inside of the farm. And now I believe what we can do is grab the turtle eggs and place them surrounding the center like this, I want to say. Is that right? I think so. Yeah, that should do. I need to be careful about standing on them though, because they will get damaged. And then we'll remove the torch. We don't want the torch in here if we can help it. And then we want to squeeze out of the farm. And that is perfect. Good, good. Okay then, so now it's time for the technical part of the farm. So we want to begin with 3 building blocks right here, and we can remove this guy also. And then what we want from there is some temp blocks underneath. And hello. Oh, there's 2 of them. And we'll have some observers facing in towards those. And again, we can remove them. They are not required to stay. And then 3 building blocks, 3 note blocks. And then on the inside of these note blocks after this slight disturbance, we will have 3 pistons facing in towards the portal. So these are the pistons that push the drowned into the portal so that they don't have to voluntarily go inside. And I think that's about it. So let me just quickly finish up this on all 4 sides of the farm. Next part is very simple. We just need 3 building blocks on each corner. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of these is, but the tutorial says to do it, so we are going to do it. Next up is a little bit more drying, so we're just going to use blocks again. We want to clear this area here, and that is obviously going to fire the pistons. I think all the way down to the bottom pistons here we want to clear up. So let's remove these blocks and make sure we've got the right water flow, because it does say in the tutorial that you should have a specific looking flow of water, and we do have it. So it was something like this, and then what you want to do is grab some string, which we should have in the shulker, and place 3 pieces of string across the front of these observers. So 1, 2, and 3. This has to be done on all sides also, by the way, so we're going to take care of that off camera. I knew we'd forget something, guys. I knew it. So now we're working for it. But this is, I think, the only thing that we had forgotten. So as soon as we got ourselves a bit of soul sand, we should be good to finish up the build. Hang on just a second. How did he get in here? All right, I want to be careful because there is air up there, so he could explode. All right. That is not what I was expecting to see. I was expecting to see a drown mob up there, but at least we know it kind of functions, right? So we've got our soul sand, and we'll place that down in just a second. Let me grab some oxygen before we do that. So they have to go right here. And essentially what they're going to do is... Where are the bubble columns? Is there a problem? Oh, wait. I think these are not being calculated as source blocks, so we might need to fix that. But I'll place them down anyway. And the idea behind the soul sand is to push the drowned up towards the contraption once they make it over to the farm. So let me figure out what is going on here. Soul sand problem fixed, and now this is pretty much the final part of the build, is to go ahead and light the portals. So we need to light all 4 of them. Be careful not to slip into the bubble streams. That wouldn't be a good idea. And then what we want to do once we've done that is to make our AFK platform, and that needs to be 115 blocks up from the Y level of the roof here. So we are on 41. That means we need to be at 156, I believe. So let's get that taken care of. And that will take care of the AFK zone. So we are up at Y156, which should be 115 blocks away from Y41, which is the roof of the farm. So we've just got a little glass box and a trapdoor on top, of course, to prevent the phantoms from getting to us if we stay up there for that long. Now we have the task of linking up some portals. So first of all, we need one for us to go through, which will be this one right here. I've taken note of the coordinates of the portal that the drowned are going to use, the portals that they will use, and I'm going to build something to correspond with that in the Nether. So we'll go through this one first, and we'll line up a portal with this one so that we can connect to it from this point here instead of connecting to a seemingly random portal. Actually, this one might not have existed before. But this is something I'm going to take care of off camera just because it's going to be tedious and most likely boring. Alright guys, so if and only if my calculations are correct, we should be able to enter this portal, head to the Nether. This will be the portal that we are using to enter the killing chamber. And then if we follow this path, the drowned should exit through this portal here. Now I've dug out a gap both sides so that regardless of which way they fall, they will be stuck. And then we can use that information to determine where the killing chamber needs to be made. So if they fall this side, we need to create a killing chamber on this side of the portal. And if they fall on the other side, then vice versa, we'll have to do something on the other side. So I guess the only thing to do now is to head over to our AFK spot. AFK there for a while, give this farm a test, see what happens. And hopefully we can have some drowned in the killing area in the Nether. But if not, I really don't know what we're going to do because this farm looks pretty awesome. And I'm hoping it works. Here it is then, the moment of truth. The moment of truth. Are there going to be any drowned in the Nether? I really hope so. You know, we spent a long time on this morning. Oh, uh-oh. What the? There's an iron golem there. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Look at this. Okay, so it seems as though they can go either side of the portal, which I guess is okay. We can still make this work. What's going to be my next move? I can see tridents in there and I can hear them being thrown. Maybe we just kill them all. Or should we try to figure out how many are in here? I think you can do the, you can use the F3 screen. So there is an entity count somewhere around here. There are mobs dying. There are mobs dying. Okay, it's saying 33, 35. Is that correct? I don't know ever to, I don't know whether or not to trust that entity count. We're just going to go ahead and kill them though. All right, anything interesting? A gold bar, a drowned head, a fishing rod. All right, and there's a few more on this side. So I only AFK'd for roughly 15 minutes. So you can imagine what we'd get if we AFK'd for about an hour. A lot more, I'd imagine. But yeah, that's awesome. It does work, and it's kind of... I don't know if I should be surprised or not, because I know RambleCraft is usually quite good with that kind of thing. But I guess since mine didn't work, I was probably just expecting the worst. But that is awesome. So I might do one more AFK session, possibly. Let me grab this iron. Possibly one more AFK session, but we also do need to restock our shops. That was a promise I made, so it's a promise I'm going to follow through with. It's been only 10 minutes this time, and a lot of that was spent at night, which will reduce rates because that allows other spawns to take place on the surface of the world. But I can hear some gargling, and I can see some drowns. Awesome. So we got a bunch again. Come on, guys. Fall in line. There you go. Oh, is there... I don't see any tridents this time, though, but I do see the... What are they? The magic conch shells? I can never remember what they're called. They are called Nautilus shells, which are good because we might need a conduit at some point. Ouch. Let's take these guys out also. So another half-decent haul there. We got a few things that we're probably looking for from this farm. So mainly what we're going to be getting that is of interest are Nautilus shells and tridents. Those are the two things that we'll probably sell eventually if we decide to make this into a shop. But just to know that it works in general is always a welcome thing. So now that we've got that taken care of and ironed out, if I can switch my camera, I can. Awesome. Now that we got that taken care of and ironed out, let's restock those shops real quick. Let's get the merchant caravan restocked. The cow barn is good, so I'm not going to do anything over there. But logs, we have got some oak. Total of 6 stacks worth if we divide them by 2. And then another 4 stacks of spruce. So, you know, still a lot of space that we aren't using, but that is okay. Hopefully they sell. The wood seems to be quite popular. And then for gravel, we need to put these in stacks of 64, but we need an even amount because we sell them at 2 stacks a time. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diamonds worth of gravel, a little bit of log action, and I don't think anything else needs replacing. Like I say, the cow barn is good. This guy is good. So that means that we can wrap up today's episode. All right then, guys, welcome back to episode 19 of the RambleCraft SMP series for the last time for today. I'm going to close things out up in the Afk Zone because I am going to use this to gather some more drown to make a screenshot, to take one for the thumbnail. So we're going to finish things up here so that I can tie that into the time it's going to take. So if you did enjoy today's episode, please drop a like down below. That would be much appreciated. Let me know if you've got any ideas for the farms store, so the trident store and the Nautilus shell store. If you've got any ideas for that, let me know, because we will be building one of those, of course. And that also ties in, I guess, to any questions, suggestions, comments, or feedback. Put those down below in the comment section. I'll make sure to read every single one and respond to those that I feel require a response. And then finally, if you are new around here, then first of all, welcome. Please do keep in mind we're nearing that 5,000 subscriber mark, so make sure to hit that red subscribe button to stay tuned to this series. I've also got a single player LP, which is pretty interesting. You should probably go check that out also if you enjoyed this one. And that pretty much sums up everything for today, guys. So take care, have a great week. Enjoy the weekend once it comes around, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.